Going back to one of our top stories now, families who haven't been compensated for the deaths of Life Esidimeni patients are marching to Gauteng Premier David Makhura's office this morning. Former Deputy Chief Justice Dikgang Moseneke, you'll recall, ruled that each family should receive 1.2 million rand. Now, the deadline for payment was the 19th of June. The Premier's office confirmed all payments had been made by the 13th of June. So how did these families slip through the cracks? Our reporter Slindelo Masigane is in the CBD and joins us live now. Sli, good morning to you. So that is the main question. How did these other families slip through the cracks? How come it is that they did not receive their monies?
That is the question at the moment, Xoli. And according to government, they have fulfilled the award which was given out by the former Chief Justice Dikgang Moseneke to pay all 144 families by June, which was 3 months after he read his award in March. Now, the issue is that it seems that after that arbitration process, families were actually supposed to go to government and be claimants. So they were supposed to register themselves as claimants after that arbitration process in order for that process for them to be paid out to proceed. And before they can be paid out, there needs to be a verification process where the families go to the master of the court and get a certification to say that they are indeed the family member of so-and-so. So the issue government is saying is that is the delay right now with other families that have come forward after that process. They have not actually come to register themselves as claimants, and that is what has delayed this process.
All right, Sindela, so that issue on the side, perhaps before we move on from it, are you seeing any action yet? Because these families are said to want to protest and lead that protest to the Premier's office.
Not at the moment, Xoli. We understand that the families that are still finding issue with government will be actually gathering outside of the temporary Premier's offices here in Newtown. At the moment, it is still quiet. They will be arriving, we understand, just after 10. And we also understand, of course, that what has prompted for this gathering today is the fact that there was, in fact, a meeting over the weekend with officials from the Gauteng government, and what these families, we are told, were told by these officials was that there is going to be another delay in them getting their monies. They were promised that they were going to be paid by the 10th of December, and it is the 10th today, and so they, due to their frustration, they're saying that they're demanding a meeting with David Makhura because these past couple of meetings they've had with the other government officials, he hasn't been there, according to the families. And so this protest today is to demand some kind of clarity and some kind of a way forward from the head of the Gauteng government, being Premier David Makhura.
So that's the one element of Life Esidimeni, the Life Esidimeni tragedy, Slindelo. Talk to us about the recent revelations that there are still some people that were not accounted for, and this, of course, came up during the question and answer session at the legislature, which question was put to the MEC of Health, Gwen Ramokgopa, who indeed confirmed and put out an SOS call to say, please help us find these patients. Where are things in as far as that is concerned?
What we understand, Xoli, is that following that question that the MEC had to answer in the legislature, that we still have around 21 patients in 2018 who have still not been found following that crisis of the Life Esidimeni, the moves of those patients to ill-equipped NGOs. Still to this day, we have 21 patients who are still unaccounted for. We understand that, of course, like you said, the MEC has put out an SOS call asking the public at large to come forward with any kind of information and assist with tracing these patients. But we also understand that the SRU has also been brought in order to be able to find these patients. And so I think until we find these patients and until all these payments are concluded, the issue of Life Esidimeni is still going to be quite a thorny one for the Gauteng government.